And that's perfect. Now we'll move on to building this kind of carousel right here. So we'll say bootstrap carousel. And this is their first example that should slide in a moment. This is the one with arrows, and this is the one with arrows, like the cool thing at the bottom. So we'll just grab this one. I like the cool thing at the bottom, and we will. Since we don't necessarily want this to be in our header for every single page that we load, we'll go under static and welcome. And I actually need to download the new one. This is the old one I have. So download that, get rid of all that information. Here you go. This is what it looks like. So if I, excuse me, if I want to grab this, then I'll paste that in here, and I'll just save it straight away. And what we'll notice is nothing really changes. We have this at the top, so it's doing something, but it doesn't really know what. And it's not really spaced properly. So we are actually missing a little bit of CSS that they give us somewhere in here, I think. Let me find the CSS real quick. Okay, so I think Bootstrap actually implemented that snippet of CSS that I'm thinking about in already. So we just have to go ahead and make sure that our images have been used. So we're going to go back to our code, and we have these three things, and you see source is missing and whatnot. And so we can actually, oh, excuse me. We can actually change this to our images. So the first thing that we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to open up this project in Sublime. You can actually just right click and say Open Containing Folder. We'll go back out, we'll go into Assets, and we'll go into Images. And then I actually have some images in my Downloads folder. Some beautiful, beautiful images. We're going to take Raspberry Pi right here. This is the ones that I put in Discord. We have Raspberry Pi. We have fun. It's fun. And we have learning. We're learn because we're ACM. So those are the three images that I'm going to be using. So we're just going to 1, 2, 3. Copy those, paste those in there, and then we're going to make sure we go back over to our images directory and we upload this so that those images are available to us. The next thing that we're going to be doing, and I'm going to cheat a little bit and look at my other folder. We're going to actually call them. I personally have started to do it like this, where I just do it as a CSS style inline, which is arguably not great. So instead of doing an image like this, I'm just going to set the style over here. The reason why I'm doing this is because, first of all, this is your CSS folder, so it's over here, is where we should be having our images. So if I just did like this, why is it not like that? If I just did like this, oh, there we go. This would be the ideal here. This whole snippet of code could go into my CSS file. The reason why I don't want to do that, the reason why I don't want to do that is because I want to actually put a little tint on the color, which is what this linear gradient does. So yeah, but I'm getting that weird thing that happens. So maybe I do need that snippet of code, which I have no clue where I got it from. But we can just for now steal it from my other website. Sometimes you got to do a little looking around to find the answers. This is a snippet of CSS that I found online somewhere. I thought I found it in the Bootstrap tutorial, but I guess I didn't. Or I don't know where I found it. But that's actually what Bootstrap uses, because Bootstrap has the carousel item, which it's not defined. Or I guess it just needs to be changed, question mark? Not entirely sure. So we'll go ahead and use that and make sure that this loads it up properly. There we go. We got our background style. We got our carousel item, which is active, and we don't actually have the image now. So that's funny. We'll go back to there. Perfect. Now we should have our first image. And you'll notice that it's darker a little bit. That's what this is. That's what I was talking about. So if I get rid of this, it'll be the bright. I don't like the bright. You can't see the white on it. So this is a fairly simple way to put a little overlay over it. All the other methods, are a little weird. So this is actually abusing or utilizing the fact that CSS allows you to assign multiple background properties. So we're assigning a linear gradient that is not fully, is only 75% opaque, and then I'm putting an image. That way, it's overlaid. Cool. And then we'll do this for the other slides as well. So we'll say style is over here. Nope, that's not it. Right there. And we'll say instead of Raspberry Pi, we'll say this is learning. And instead of the fourth one, we'll say this is fun. And these are actually lowercase JPEG because they were normal, and the other one at the top, I don't know why it was crazy. And it's uppercase JPEG, but it needs to be uppercase. So there we go. I got my 1, I got my 2, I got my 3. Aha, look how beautiful that is. So here we're learning, here we're pieing, and here we're having some fun. So actually we have these that we can get rid of. These image tags, which point to nothing. Cool. There we go. And now the last thing that we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and add a little section for like the text, and you'll see that in the carousel at the very bottom. They just say, go ahead and add that right there, that div line. So we're going to go ahead and in between here add that div line, and we'll just say h1. This we do the tech, and that's almost right. No, that's right. Thought I was going to put it off to the left. There you go. So we do the tech, and we'll go ahead and we'll copy this, and we'll slap it over here, and we'll slap it over here. Instead of saying we do the tech, we do the learning, and then we do the fun. There we go. We do the tech, we do the learning, we do the fun. So that's the carousel right there. And then the next thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take another spacer, I guess, and add that yellow spacer. So I'm gonna say div.spacer, and then we're gonna give it background ACM yellow, and we'll get a little spacer right there. That's maybe a little too small, so maybe I want to put 2 of those, or maybe I want to go in and say there's a spacer 2, and then we just come in here and say spacer 2 is 40 pixels maybe. And there you go. So now it's a little bit wider. And then yeah, we can go ahead and work our way down just like that and keep going. Yeah, I'd say at least for now, everybody should go ahead and create a footer. So you will go back to your partials that we have here, add assets. You'll go back to your partials and you'll add an underscore footer. And you'll go to your application HTML, you'll copy this, and you'll paste it, and then at the end of everything there'll be a footer. If you're going to be participating in this, you want to keep building websites with us, that's what you all should do. You should make sure that you at least have your header and your footer done. That way you understand how partials work, you understand how that's going. All the rest of it, we can fill in the gaps, and you can update with whatever Caleb or I have come up with. But go ahead and give it a shot. Try it out. I'm going to keep pursuing down this path because I haven't really yet. And we'll see you guys on Thursday.